It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And Detroit last season shot up in the standings, largely due to their improvements on the defensive end. Shaq, how'd they do it?
Well, Steve Van Gundy is a guy who knows how to coach defense. I played for him in Miami before he was fired. They play well as a unit, and they're sharp with the help defense.
Did he turn you into a defensive force?
No. I'm not known for my defense, sir.
What are you known for?
Prolific MF scorer.
What's MF again?
Most frequently.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But I'll tell you, one thing about them is that they don't have many weak defenders. So what they do is they switch everything. So you make a pick, they switch. One guard can guard the four guy. The four guy can guard the one guard. So everyone switches on it. That makes it a lot easier to have a defensive concept.
Looks like both teams are ready to tip this thing off. Let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
Don't switch the channel. Get it?
Don't switch everything.
Suburban Detroit, we proudly bring you the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking at the last game for the Orlando Magic, it was a loss to Philadelphia, and that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
A look at the Magic starting group. Gordon down low with Vucevic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier, and it's Ross in at the 3 slot. And it's Vucevic missing. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Here's Payton following the bucket by the Pistons. Dishes it to Fournier. Misses the 3. Orlando on D. 4-point game. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. You know, Gray, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
Vucevic. Rebound by the Pistons. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The Magic last season trading away Tobias Harris, an outstanding young player, for more veteran players. It was an interesting move, in my opinion. It seems like their patience with the youth movement was running out, and they're ready to try to make some noise in the East now.
And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Throws it up high. Harris misses. And the Magic last season also trading away productive bigs like Channing Frye and Kyle O'Quinn. Guys, do you like what they've done roster-wise?
I think so. I mean, they have talent, but sometimes it's been a little hard to determine and discern which way they're headed. Are they going young or older? You need a mix, and sometimes you just have to wait for your young, talented players to become more seasoned. And yet we know at some point the fans want to see playoff basketball.
Here's Ross. Here's Vucevic. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
Pistons leading by 4. Outside Jackson. There's the screen. There's the pass to Caldwell Pope. Here's Harris. And the layup is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Well, I think it's got to serve notice to the defense that it's going to take a much stronger effort than that to contain this guy today. They've got to bring more force if they're going to try to slow him down.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Now here's Jackson. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And the 3 off target. The Magic trail by 4. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Vucevic missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Now here's Jackson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Great D that time from Payton.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Morris. Down low, here's Harris, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball. And you look back on the Pistons, and whenever that group has had success as a franchise, it's always driven by a team-oriented concept. I mean, yeah, they've had stars, Isaiah Thomas, Chauncey Billups, but at the heart of all their title runs was a group of 5 guys that just played for each other.
And thinking about the Pistons and their history of winning with pure team basketball, Greg, you can see that this is what this group is always striving for.
And Kevin, this group right now reminds you a little bit of those Pistons teams of the past. I mean, they're founded on defense. They got that tough mentality in the paint. You've got to be excited about this roster they've assembled here in Detroit.
So it's Detroit now after the Magic pick up 2. Payton outside. Gordon goes in. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Harris. There's the killer two-handed slam.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
The Magic trail by 3. Now Payton, he gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. The shot's good from Fournier.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
Here's Jackson. That shot missing, so Orlando will take it the other way. Ross passes to Payton. It's Fournier on the wing. Gordon kicks to Payton. 5 to shoot. That gives them the lead. And it's 8 points for Vucevic.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And, you know, Elfrid Payton's first sport was football. His father played in the Canadian League. But after Hurricane Katrina hit, Payton's New Orleans area youth team disbanded. And Payton moved to Texas and then decided to focus on hoops instead. I don't know how that happened in Texas, as crazy as they are about football there.
And Elfrid Payton, a late bloomer in basketball, he was always the smallest player on his high school team until a growth spurt his junior year of high school.
And that may be why he was so lightly recruited coming out of high school, guys. He ended up going to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Not what you would call a powerhouse, but it all worked out because he's where he hoped to be, playing in the NBA.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, trailing by 2. They set the pick. Here's Jackson. A second chance effort. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. He said if they want to go up 2-0 in the season series tonight, they have to be just as sharp as they were the first meeting. He said we can't get sloppy and expect to win. We have to be careful with our shots and take care of the ball. We'll see if they can execute just as well this second time, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. And guys, the emphasis on quality shooting, getting those chances identified by their coach is a key for them.
I think that means they must work as a complete unit out there, cooperate, sharing the ball, and try to limit the one-on-one play.
And if they can do that, they will have success shooting the basketball. I think it's guaranteed.
And here's Fournier. After Reggie Jackson was able to get the triple. Fournier against Caldwell Pope. Picked by Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Ross. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The dish now to Morris. Fournier pulls it down. Orlando leading. Deep 2 from Ross. Not enough on that one as it misses.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Orlando's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Green, the screen. Pass to Azania. The feed to Biombo. Passes it to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. From 10 feet out. Rebound, Detroit. Here's Johnson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Magic.
And one thing they can definitely improve on is their work from three-point range, especially from the corners. That's an area of the floor that has been a black hole for them this season. If they can start to get some points from the corners, it'll really open things up for them.
That one drops. He ties it up. And the Magic improving defensively last season.
Well, I like the talent level of their defenders. They can pressure the ball. They like to force turnovers and get out in the open court. That serves them well. Still room to grow for this group, but when they're creating and causing havoc, I think that's when they're at their best.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. The Magic shooting 40% here in the early stages. Green, the screen. Augustine against Smith. Kicks it to Meeks. To the inside. Combo dishes to Green. And too long on the shot. Detroit's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Benajay. Shot on the wing. It's stolen by Green. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Meeks leading the charge. Lasagna, the pass to Meeks. Looking to end the drought. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Detroit the other way. To the middle. Here's Lure. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Now, here's Meeks, guarded closer. Shot clock at 6. Green left side. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Green's got his first points of the night. The Pistons trailing. Here's Benajay. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks it to Smith. Here's Baines, and the shot is good. And the Pistons lead by 1.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Augustine's got his first bucket in this one. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Back to Smith. Orlando grabs the miss. .119 left here in the opening quarter. Augustine with it. Now Smith defending.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Orlando?
Gentlemen, boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
A free throw drops for Augustine. Both free throws good from Augustine. Detroit with the ball. It's a three-point game. Smith on the wing. Here's Baines. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. Here's Benajay. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss. That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Orlando shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And guys, when you look at the Magic, what would be your recipe for them to improve offensively?
3-pointers and free throws. I mean, threes and frees, I like to say. Last season shot the second fewest free throws in the league. With their athletes, they've got to find a way to get more trips to the line. When you look at the threes, I mean, shot a decent percentage, but we're in the bottom third in terms of attempts. They need that floor spacing, so they've got to add some shooters.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give them any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw good. Lure. And Lure drops them both. 44 seconds left in the first quarter.
I got yours. I got yours.
Smith against Augustine. Down low. Here's Hazanya. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Here's Benajay. He's guarded by Meeks. A nice shot by Benajay.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He misses the free throw. So he comes up empty, missing both.
And the missed free throws starting to be an issue.
Yeah, they're scuffling at the line. Struggling is a better way to put it. But you like the fact they're getting there. Now it's just a matter of knocking them down.
Baines passes to Benajay. There's a screen. Tie game in Detroit. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backboard. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
And the Magic shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Orlando, Jody Meeks out there with DJ Augustin. And there's Green, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Hezonja in at the 3. Smith with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. There's the screen. The pass to Benajay. Fires from deep. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
You talk about passing. Smith is one of the best in the game in that aspect. An incredible distributor.
And Augustin kicks to Hezonja. Three-pointer. The shot comes out. And it's Detroit the other way. Smith outside. Here's Benajay. To the paint. It's stolen by Green. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Feeds to Augustin. Good on the bucket. Augustin's got 6.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. To the middle. And that one is stuffed right through. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great, great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. But Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great, great competitor. Kevin?
Talk about bringing it.
And that is a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, well, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, Greg, that just happened.
You don't mind a guy like him attempting something like that in a close ball game. That was a haymaker there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Benajay pass to Smith. Goes up on the wing. The shot off that time. And Orlando will come the other way. And Ish Smith, acquired by the 76ers in a mid-season trade, last year turned out to be the best season of his career.
Yeah, they still weren't winning a lot of games, but he elevated them to actually being competitive in most of their games. A career high for him in minutes played, and he showed he could be a high-caliber playmaker.
Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Magic. Here's Meeks. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Smith, the pass to Benajay. Off the run, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Boy, you talk about Smith. He's not only an accomplished passer, but I think his shooting keeps defenses honest as well, even when they try to get physical with him.
2 shots. Last on the first.
No good on the free throw. Both teams deciding to change it up. That one is no good.
And Smith, the former Demon Deacon, he's a savvy veteran whose passing and shooting really can frustrate opponents.
Ross with a wide open look. Off target from 3-point range. Pistons trail by 4. Smith dishes to Morris. Back to Smith. Caldwell Pope against Fournier. Another shot. Morris kicks to Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Ross for 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Here's Smith. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Top of the key. Jump shot is good. Smith's got the game tied up here for the Pistons. The Magic have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Payton kicks to Gordon. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Gordon. That's 12 points for Vucevic.
Being that Vucevic is a high percentage shooter, especially from the post and mid-range, it's good to see him being aggressive. He's got to be shot hungry because of his high completion rate. So really taking control of the offense here.
Magic have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Morris. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. Pistons have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. That free throw good for Morris. And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And Morris drops them both. Here's Payton. Top the key, Ross. Gordon a screen. It's stolen by Morris. Harris passes to Caldwell Pope. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Jackson against Payton. Can't hit that one. Detroit leading by 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Fournier kicks to Payton. Picked by Vucevic. Outside Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. At the tip. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Caldwell Pope dishes to Jackson. He feeds it to Drummond. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Yeah, none too pleased with the play of his team. And you know what? They just need to get things sorted out.
Yeah, you know, there's not a coach around who would be happy with the way his guys have kind of rolled over during this run.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Caldwell Pope. His last 10 games, he's around 14 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
Payton against Jackson. Payton passes to Ross. Now here's Fournier. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Boy, was he physical. I mean, in that game, just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Evan Fournier at 6'7", great size for the shooting guard position. He can swing to a 3-spot at times, too.
Yeah, I like that versatility. I mean, defensively, he's got quick feet, but he can be overpowered at times. I think he wants to be a better rebounder, so working on that part of his game. So I'd say because of that, he's probably a little more comfortable and effective at the 2-spot right now.
Harris a screen on Payton, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time.
Side out.
That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Orlando on D, trailing by 4. Outside Jackson. Unloads.
Boy, the two-way game of Payton, much to admire in that. I mean, this guy is really an accomplished offensive threat, but maybe a better defender.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. This is to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Morris a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Vucevic with the block.
Hey, that expansive reach of Vucevic really helps him on the defensive end. He uses that length to really bother the confidence of shooters.
The dive for the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Here's Drummond. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 7th assist in the game.
Boy, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Caldwell Pope pushes to Drummond. 5 to shoot. Outside Jackson.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Ross, that's good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. There's a good screen. Gordon against Harris. Caldwell Pope outside. Pulls it from 20. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. Jackson's got 5 points so far. Orlando trailing here. And here is Payton. He dishes it to Fournier. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
To the wing right side. Morris passes to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
And, Kevin, I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Now the dish to Gordon. Vucevic setting the pick for Gordon. Back to Fournier. And not sure what he was thinking there. Baseline try, and Detroit again with the bucket. 1:31 left in the first half of basketball. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Ross. And there's the feed to Payton. Vucevic up top. Clock at 6. That's short off the rim. Pistons leading by 6. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Jackson has the open look. On the wing, Jackson. Morris outside. Goes up again. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Well, every team needs rebounding. Let's check out the league's top rebounders. Number 1, Andre Drummond.
Hey, you can't score if you don't have the ball. Somebody has to do some glass eating. And this guy is one of the premier glass eaters in the league. Actually, the very best.
The Pistons leader. There's 42 seconds left here in the second. Here's Johnson. Biombo with the block. Here's Azania, who's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Outside Jackson. Passes to Benajay. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Lure. And finish off by Lure.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Now Augustine. Green, the screen. Outside, Meeks. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half is now in the books. It's Detroit. They're up by 6. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Stan Van Gundy. Coach, a very good first half for you guys. How do you assess the game so far?
I thought our energy was good, our ball movement was good, and it always looks good if the ball goes in and guys are making shots.
That's the name of the game, right, Coach? Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith, right there. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's right there. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Andre Drummond having an outstanding game. He had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. Yeah. I think Kevin Harlan should call the second half. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah, just like he did the first half.
We get set to return to the action now as a barge heads down the Detroit River toward Lake Erie. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
The Magic trail by 6. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Marcus Morris is out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Drummond in at the 5, down low. That's the group for Detroit right now. Outside Jackson. There's a good screen. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Drummond. Soft touch off the glass. Drummond's got 14.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
It's Fournier on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, as you know, things could have turned out a lot differently for Stan Van Gundy. He was the favorite for the coaching vacancy in Golden State in 2014, but in the end, the Pistons owner gave him the chance to coach and run the front office, and that led him to Detroit. Now, the Warriors went on to win the title that season, but Van Gundy insists, if I had to do it over again, this is exactly where I'd want to be. Kevin, he can build this team exactly as he wants.
Thanks, DA, and after some tough exits in Miami and Orlando, this time he holds the cards. Drummond dishes to Harris. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for Harris. He has 9 rebounds, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
Roof shots. Roof shots.
That's good from Harris.
Well, they've been shooting their free throws with confidence and knocking them down. That's giving them an edge, no question about it.
And Harris drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
To the paint, it's stolen by Morris. And now the Pistons, fast break. Yep, that one goes. 7 points for Contavious Caldwell Pope.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Ross, that's good.
Assist from Evan Fournier.
Pistons leading by 6. Outside Jackson. To the paint. Here's Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And, you know, if you ask any great player what separates good from great in terms of the NBA is confidence. And Reggie Jackson has never been short on having confidence. I mean, he feels as if he's been a star ever since he came into this league and just needed the opportunity. And I tell you what, I think he's right. I mean, he's made the most of it coming over to Detroit and did not skip a beat. And I tell you what, Stan Van Gundy is very happy to have him at the helm of that point guard position.
And he makes the first. And when you think about Reggie Jackson's demeanor, you can see the confidence he plays with goes right at the taller players. Loves to be challenged by the big-name players, too.
And it shows most in the fourth quarter. Reggie is the kind of player who wants the ball with the game on the line. He might not always come through, but he isn't one to back down from a challenge.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. The Magic trail by 10. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And a look here at the shot chart.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Payton outside, inside, and Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Gordon, with no one around, buries it from three-point range. Gordon's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Pistons leading by 7. Outside Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Fournier passes to Vucevic, and stolen by Drummond. For the finish.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Fournier's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Gordon a screen. Ross kicks to Gordon. Pass to Vucevic. 7-foot shot, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Really a fantastic job by Gordon to bury himself down there, giving the defense really no other choice than to foul him.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Detroit?
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
For the Pistons, Aaron Baines comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Man, I like the rambunctious energy in Aaron Gordon. I mean, 2 summers ago, he broke his jaw roughhousing with his older brother. This guy loves to get after it. Now, don't get the wrong idea. People describe him as very mature for his age, and he approaches the game of basketball with that same kind of healthy, reckless abandon.
Smith kicks to Drummond. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Fournier for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Harris has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Gordon's had his share of injuries over the years. Guys, remember a torn ACL in grade school, a broken elbow playing football, broke a bone in his foot going into his rookie year.
And he's an active young man. I mean, he had his share of scrapes for sure. I mean, he's a gym rat. He loves to be in there working on his game. Even last season, he sprained his arm shooting 1,500 shots in a day. Now, Gordon, listen to me here, okay, young fella? There is something called the diminishing rate of return. So I know you want to work and get a lot of shots up. But we got to temper that thing down now. You got a long career ahead of you. Let's minimize those 1,500 shot days going forward.
I think that's some pretty good advice, Clark. Very well said. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Drummond. And a switcher also for Orlando. DJ Augustine's checked in for Elfrid Payton. You talk to anybody around the league about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and they'll talk about his defense. Just an absolute monster, Greg, how he can lock up a perimeter player.
And it's a rarity for a player so young to be so good defensively. He's got quick feet and is aggressive at pressuring the ball. Only 6'5", but has the wingspan of a condor and really makes it hard to get around.
It's stolen by Vucevic. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
What a drive to the hoop from Gordon. I mean, he only needs a step or two to take off for those throwdowns.
Smith with it. He averages about 5 points a game. He kicks to Harris. Unloads from 13. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope really making a difference here.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Aaron Gordon. Hezonja, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Jody Meeks in for Evan Fournier. The Magic trail by 10. Now here is Augustine. He has 6. Green, the screen, or the 3. Meeks can't hit. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Smith, the pass to Benedict. Back to Smith. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
And the first one drops.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Second free throw, no good. The Magic trail by 11. And now Orlando on the break. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Pistons have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And stolen by Biombo. And Hezonja gets it to go. Hezonja's got 6.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
Smith on the wing. There's the pass to Luke. Great D that time from Green. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
Detroit leading by 7. And here's Smith. Feeds it to Lure. Lots of room. And it's Meeks with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
But they get it back. Green inside the three-point line. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Johnson, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Over these last 10 games on the Magic schedule, this is how they stack up right here. 6th in second chance points, 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And looking again at those second chance points, they might not be the best in that area, but it is still, I think, to their advantage in terms of the outcome of some games.
And the first one at the line is good. And Johnson drops them both. The Magic trail by 9. Here's Azania. He has 6. Dishes to Green. Out to the right wing. The tray. And Azania gets it to go. Azania's got 5 points in the quarter.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Here's Smith. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Over time, I think Smith has become more comfortable with his jump shot, particularly when being challenged.
Now Augustine. Jeff Green on the wing. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Detroit leading by 6. Smith dishes to Lure. Trying his luck deep. Smith, no luck.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Azania. He's got 9. Green, the screen. Here's Azania. He feeds it to Meeks. Green kicks to Azania. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Pistons. They've led by as many as 11 points. Johnson, a wide open look, and misses it off the right side of the rim. The Magic trail by 6. Augustine with it. Now Smith defending. Green, no luck.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games.
Take a break.
In the third spot, the Pistons.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
First one falls for him. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Magic trail by 7. Augustine with it. He's got 6. Here's the dish to Green. 1:25 left to play in the third. Out to the wing. Off the pick. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here is Augustine. He dishes it to Meeks. The Magic again can't hit. Pistons leading by 9. Smith outside. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the Magic. Biyombo's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Green kicks to Azania. There's the pick. Elbow shot is on the way. No good. And it's Detroit the other way. Smith outside. And it's Smith again missing.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And here's Augustine. Meeks inside the 3-point line. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pistons lead by 9. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Play for each other. Creators and receivers. Okay? Share the ball. Here we go.
On everyone on the same page offensively, Frank Vogel saying to each man, do it for your teammates.
And, I love the fact that he's promoting the spirit, the camaraderie between his guys. When they're working together, they are a lot harder to stop.
And the final period of play just about to start. Detroit leading by 9, so on the floor for Orlando. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. Green is out there with Gordon, and it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Orlando with the ball. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington, and that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Picked by Vucevic. Gordon for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Harris has got 15 rebounds here tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And Morris throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Payton against Jackson. Payton passes to Fournier. Outside, Green. Vucevic a screen on Drummond. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Jackson kicks to Morris. Back to Jackson. It's taken away by Payton. All by himself. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off. And Elfrid Payton, the lefty Driesell College Defensive Player of the Year award recipient back in 2014 at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Man, this kid has excellent size and quickness and a tremendous motor. He gets after it and gets into his opponent.
And he knocks down the first one. And Payton at 6'4" can switch on to shooting guards if need be.
And Kevin, he rebounds well enough to play there too. I mean, you like him hounding the ball handler. He's aggressive, fights through screens, puts a lot of pressure on the ball handler with his defense.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Green. And both free throws good for Payton.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
And Caldwell Pope now atop the key. Morris dishes to Drummond. Back to Morris from the high post. Again, the Pistons score.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding pass. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and stolen by Fournier. They're running. Offensive rebound.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
Yeah, I'd echo that. I mean, we're witnessing something special here today, Greg.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is having. 18 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle. And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Payton. In the corner, it's Harris. Tries a 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And Nikola Vucevic, born to play the game. Both of his parents played professionally. They met in a gym. And his father played in Europe for 24 years, so you can't run away from the DNA.
And Vucevic with that basketball upbringing, guys, you see that in his skill level, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can score on the block over either shoulder. He can step out and make the face-up jump shot as well. He's a good passer. Offensively, there's not much he can't do as a big guy.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, and listen to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either. The Magic trail by 12. Payton outside. That's tipped. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Morris. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Rejected by Harris. And they'll keep possession. The shot's good. 8 points for Aaron Gordon.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Drummond a screen. Here's Jackson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Pass to Payton. Now the feed to Vucevic. And it's sent back by Drummond. And the shot is good. Detroit leading by 11. Now Jackson. Passes it to Drummond. Back to Jackson. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and the little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. Basket good. Vucevic has got 22 points.
When Vucevic is rolling to the basket like that, there aren't many guys that are willing to get in his way to stop him.
Kicks to Drummond. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Ross grabs the board.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Gordon a screen. Fournier, that's for two. Kept alive Orlando. Vucevic with the bucket.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Outside Jackson. Out to the right wing. Morris into the lane. Caldwell Pope outside. Lets it go. Misses off the left iron.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Back to Fournier. 6 to shoot. Detroit with the rebound. They've led by as many as 14 points.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. That'll put Aaron Gordon on the line. That's on Reggie Jackson. Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Gordon, no good on the free throw.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon is a high-motor player who gives great effort out there all the time. Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
The Magic trail by 9. Payton passes to Ross. Payton outside. Gordon a screen. Fournier gets a wide open look. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Johnson against Ross. Now here's Drummond. He's guarded close. And the basket by Harris. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Payton kicks to Vucevic. Detroit with the rebound. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope on the wing. And stolen by Fournier. Pass to Ross. The shot missing. And it's Detroit the other way. Johnson kicks to Harris. And the jam by Harris.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Payton against Jackson. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Payton. Gordon a screen. Here's the teardrop. The shot by Payton, no good.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Ross dishes to Payton. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Vucevic.
Outstanding vision by Payton. He loves finding open teammates.
Harris, right side. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward. Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Yambo, he's checked in for Vucevic. And Fournier kicks to Ross. Here's Gordon, banked in off the glass.
Defense really working hard to stop Gordon, but he's a skilled big man who knows how to use his body, especially in the paint.
Here's Harris. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Fournier pass to Biyombo. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. The pass to Harris. That one, no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. Ross kicks to Fournier. Orlando moving the ball around. Payton, good.
Boy, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
Drummond the screen. Caldwell Pope outside. Johnson outside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting from Detroit, down on the floor, Stanley Johnson.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he is unable to get the second one. The Magic trail by 8. Payton with the ball. He kicks it to Fournier. Fires it up. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Pistons leading by 8. Outside Jackson. From the baseline. And he knocks down the jumper. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Fournier. And here is Payton. Puts it up from 15. Cross. That's good. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Jackson, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
And the shot goes in.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And so they foul intentionally.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're behind by 8. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Ross. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 8. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now Smith. And so the Pistons take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan player of the game, Andre Drummond. What can you say? Double-double on a big night. Of course, any victory is big, but he really seemed to put a little extra effort into this one.
This was the Andre Drummond that was the NBA All-Star. He's always impactful in the paint, but tonight he was extra special. They turned him loose, and he did not disappoint.
Well, how about his shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open, a double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player who's that reliable, you're a tough team to beat.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.